Hello, hello. Yes, hello. Hopefully, I'm going to have some people in here. I've got zero. I feel so lonely. Could be worse. I'll gotta give it a few seconds just to make sure that everyone's logged in safely. And in that time, I'm going to play some chords because I can. Okay. If anyone can guess what this song is, that'd be amazing. So. There you go. Cool, I got there in the end. That was a bit weird, isn't it? Just doing it off by heart. Oh well. Have one person. I love it when that happens. Oh, now I've got zero. Oh, George is here. That's awesome that George is here, but now YouTube is saying that we've got zero. So George has disappeared. He's a ghost. So George, tell me, we did that new chord type this week because last week our last lesson, or YouTube live, we discussed about having a slightly trickier chord in our ear training. I want you to let me know how that's going. Okay. It's not the easiest thing in the world, but we asked for it to be trickier. Oh, he's back. There you go. Cool. So let me know how the new chord is for ear training. That's nice. I'm sure Alice can help you out as well if you're struggling, because we've been doing that chord with her for a while. Now, because George is always in this lesson, I'm going to go over what he's been doing this week with his note. Well, look at my notes, see where we are. I've got 4 different Georges, so I'll mix. Yeah, George G. Wonderful. So we did a recap of some of the chords. I wanted to do that just because, obviously, we were off for the half term, and I'm realistic, and I know that some of us may have forgotten some of the chords, may have not have, which is amazing. In that case, it's a good opportunity to recap it and make sure you're doing it right. But I put that in there because the lesson plans that I've done for Monday that you're going to get are is including a new song, and we need to make sure we're really good with these chords for the new song. Okay, now we've got 3 people. I feel famous. I've gone viral, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so right, so hopefully you did okay with those chords. If you need me to go over any of them, I can do. Awesome, you played Hot Sauce all the way through, almost 4 times. That's amazing. That's really, really good. I'm really, really happy. I'm just going to get my book. My falling apart book. Still haven't got a new one yet. Hint. Okay, so I'm really happy with that. I'm really happy that you've played Hot Sauce all the way through. And yeah, don't forget to let me know, because only messages I can see at the moment is George here, he's back, and we played Hot Sauce all the way through almost 4 times. I don't know if you were meant to have another message in there or not. Don't forget to let me know how you got on with the new chord, okay? And anyone else, because I think every group this week had that new chord in our ear training. So I want to know how everyone got on with it. All right. So so back to George's lesson plan for this week. We had recap the chords. I've covered that. Major 7th was the new one. Okay. And then we started to look at a song called Don't Stop Till You Get Enough. Okay. This is the last song in the book. And there's actually 2 versions of this, okay, of the book. And some of them have different song titles. Some are different. So I've got one of the older ones, I believe. The title of my book is Don't Stop till you get enough ukulele. Now, and then the newer version, it's don't stop till you get enough. But other than the titles, they're exactly the same. Okay, so don't need to worry too much. Oh no, I don't have that one. It's fine, don't worry. So we did bars 1 to 4. Now this is really good. One, it's the last level 1 song of the book, but also it's combining lots of different things that we've looked at. So we've looked at some chords. So we've got in here, we've got a C and A minor. So that's two of the main chords we've been looking at. But also we've got fretted notes. So like the A3 here at the second bar, first beat of that. And we've got some whole notes, some half notes, some quarter notes. So we've got whole note, peppermint tea. Okay, then we've got half note, green tea, quarter note as tea. You should know that. We've got the quarter notes, as I said. And we've got the repeat markings, which we've spoken about before. They're really important to pay attention to because they do move around quite a lot. And yeah, we've got a spread over quite a few different strings that we're playing all the strings at some point throughout this song, which is good. So it's starting to pull together all the different things that we've looked at. Okay, so just turning my phone off there. I got an email that's irrelevant to what I'm doing here. Okay, so I'll tell you what, I'm going to play Don't Stop Till You Get Enough, or Don't Stop Till You Get Enough. I'm going to play that, unfortunately, without a backing track because I don't have any fancy software. Also, don't really know how to use it. I struggle using YouTube sometimes, so this is about the extent of my knowledge. So I'm going to play through Don't Stop Till You Get Enough, and then we can move on. Okay, so one. I'm not going to do the repeats either. I'm just going to play it all the way through, pretending there's no repeat bars. So like this. 2, 3. I don't know if you can't see because of the camera on my laptop, but you could see my chair moving. So what I'm doing is I'm tapping my foot because obviously I'm not playing to a backing track and I need something that's going to give me some kind of, let's say like a grid or a metronome like the drums or something provides in the backing track we play to. I'm doing that to keep me in time. So I've got my whole notes, my peppermint teas that last 4 beats. Okay, so we should know that by now. All right. So that's a tip that I can give you that will stay with you for the rest of your life. Is that when you're listening to music, you find yourself tapping your foot and nodding your head or something, and that's because your body, without you realizing it, knows what the pulse is of the song. Okay, it's going usually 1, 2, 3, 4, and on and on. So some people will tap their foot, as I was. In fact, I was moving my leg, hence why my whole chair was moving. But I have seen people before, they kind of nod their head. You see that sometimes. If you want to flap your arms like a chicken, you can. It makes it a bit difficult to play. But I'll tell you what, there's one person that I know, and he plays guitar for quite a famous pop star. I'm not going to say any names, but I know his guitar player. And his guitar player, we sat down and we had a little interview for when I did my dissertation when I was at university. So I know him quite well. And he is a phenomenal guitar player. Not ukulele, but the concept is the same. So he's a phenomenal guitar player. And when he plays, he does this. It looks like a turkey that's like choking on something. It goes. So his head goes back every time there's a beat. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And it looks really silly. But it works for him. So who cares what it looks like? And he's a fantastic, there's much better guitar than what I am. Well, he's been playing for a long time as well and teaching that longer than me. But he's very, very nice. Just looks a bit silly when he plays. Okay. So next thing, I also put in that plan for George's group, I wanted you to work extra hard on that. Don't stop till you get enough. The reason why is because we are combining all these different parts. It's important that we realize that we have to get it right before we move on. Okay. Obviously, we've done our ear training. We've done our recap. Done that. Okay, let's move on to a different group. Now, some of us have started the song "Don't Stop Till" Duke of Uke, the level 2 version. Now, one thing that I haven't covered with every group yet, which I thought was actually something that I should cover today, because I discussed it with one of the groups in the lesson plans I sent out on Monday, is obviously we're splitting up all of these songs into sections. So 4-bar sections we could do bars 1 to 4 and then 5 to 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5, 6, 7, 8. Or we could have a song that's longer than that. So we could have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then 9, 10, 11, 12. Whatever the however we've chopped it up, it doesn't matter. But we can master each individual section. Now, a lot of people have difficulty putting those sections together. Now, I wanted to talk about that a little bit. So, what I would recommend is that you play through each individual section, treat it like its own song. So, you make sure you can play that as perfectly as you can. Okay, so let's say, for example, we've got. Don't want to drop my ukulele. That nearly went bad, didn't it? Tell you what, I'm going to put my ukulele here. Take anything away from today, don't drop it because it's going to break. So, let's say. For example, let's say hot sauce. I know you can play hot sauce all the way through, George, but we're just going to use this as an example, okay? So we've got 4 bars. Say we split it up into bar 1 and 2, and then 3 and 4. And you've mastered bars 1 and 2, and you've mastered bars 3 and 4, but you always trip over, or you find yourself always struggling at that point in the middle, so between bars 2 and 3. Now, what I would do at this point is I would get rid of bar 1, get rid of bar 4, and just concentrate on bar 2 and 3. Treat that as its own separate thing. So then we've actually split it up into 3 different blocks then. Now, that should help you be able to play through the whole thing because you've already mastered playing those 2 together, then those 2, and then it's just joining those 2 up. Okay? So it's like you've got to glue them or staple them together. That's the way I see it. Hopefully, my incessant ramblings make sense somehow. Okay. Cool. So let's move on. First of all, I'm going to have some coffee. Okay. By the way, I know we've got a few weeks left. I think, let me just check. Our last lesson together is it's in 29th of June is our last lesson. Now, my birthday is in August, so if any of you think, wow, our guitar teacher or ukulele teacher's the best person ever, you want to buy me something for my birthday, hint, there's a brand of coffee called Black Insomnia, and it's really, really strong coffee. I'd love some of that. Cool. You can send it into the Music Works, as the rest of my fan club does as well. I have 2 fans all around the world. They send me things all the time, like insults and bills. Okay. Right. Let's move on because we need to. So we've done joining parts together. That's really important. Okay. Any questions? Just shoot them over. So one group was looking at the song "A Life Is Beachy," but the level 2 version. So this is on page 11. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to play through the whole song, but I am going to ignore all the repeat marks, okay? Because otherwise you're just going to be sat here for 20 minutes watching me play songs that you probably already know how to play. So I'm just going to play 8 bars in total, okay? So let's go. Life is Beachy level 2, that's page 11. So 2, 3, 4. Okay, I played that wrong. See, who can tell me? Actually, maybe not, but I'm going to try again. Now, the mistake I made is I got too complacent and I was playing T space T, so I've got beat 1 and 3 for the A section. And the B section actually switches to half notes. I just played a quarter note, so it changes to green T. I was still playing T, so I'm going to try that again. Okay, so 2 from the beginning, 4. I like that last bit. Cool. So yeah, that's a song that we've done this week. Another one we've done is something that some people have looked at, that other groups will look at soon as well, is an introduction to score. Okay. Now, what score is? You'll find this on the bottom of page 4. Okay. This is right underneath Synth Saga, so we can all play Synth Saga. Now we're looking at what's underneath. This is start of level 2 stuff. Now, score is another way of referring to standard notation. Okay, this is a way that we can write music for any instrument ever. So as we know from learning tabs, tabs is a way that we can write or read music for fretted stringed instruments such as a ukulele or a guitar or a bass or a mandolin. Now we don't have anything like violin tab or tabs for the harpsichord or something weird, or the hurdy-gurdy, right? Now, score is we can write for any instrument using that. So for voice, for singing, for the flute, for the recorder, for I don't know, the trying to think of a weird instrument. I don't know. We can basically score or notation. You can write music for anything. Okay, now. I want you all to have a quick look at page 4. Right at the bottom, it says face in the space. Okay, now this is a great way to remember that on the stave, you'll notice, I'll point it out to you, we've now got 5 lines. Not 4 for the ukulele, we've got 5. But we put notes in between the lines, so in the spaces, and on the lines. Okay, now we start with F, that's the first space. You'll see that in the book, and then above it is A, C, and E, hence face in the space. Okay, now the lowest line on there is an E, and then the next line, so after F, G, and it goes B, D, and F. Now, in the book, it says every good boy deserves football. Now, I think we can all come up with our own better version of that. Okay, let me give you some examples. So, one that someone gave me yesterday was Evil Gorillas by Dangerous Food. That could be like exploding bananas or something, I don't know. Or there was Elephants Grow Big Donuts Forever. That's another one. Or eggs go bad during February. Now, I want you to come up with your own ones. Facing the space, you can't really make that any better. That's the kind of standard. But we can come up with our own ones. So we need to write down E, G, B, D, F, and come up with a word for each of those and a coherent sentence. I'm sure we can all come up with one that's better than every good boy deserves football. Okay? So, any questions at all? We've got a minute and a half. Everyone has gone silent. It's almost like someone's come into your house and stolen your keyboard, so you can't type. I hate it when that happens. Tidying my desk up as we go. So let's have a look. What else did we do? Other things. Even George brings daily fun. Awesome. I like it. That's good. So that's a good one. Now I think you could keep that one definitely. If it helps you remember it, that's fantastic. Now let's see if I can come up with another one. Every girl buys dad flowers. I don't know. That's my contribution today. That's my new one. But yeah, I did like that. Even George brings daily fun. That's very good. Okay. As there's no other questions, I will bid you farewell. Anything that you need to ask afterwards, email the Music Works, and I will endeavour to respond eventually. Also, as soon as I get the email, I usually reply. Okay, but I will see you all next week. Good luck with the content on Monday. Have a good weekend, and see you soon. See you there, George, and have fun. Bye bye.